On this episode of the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast, we have the number one ClickBank affiliate marketer out there, Mr. Robby Blanchard. Now we dive into spy tools, scaling, creative testing, niching down, offer testing. It's super juicy, and if you're into affiliate marketing, learn from the best. We dive into so much, but I took so much out of this convo. I want to start affiliate marketing. So make sure to buckle up, tune in. This one's good.
Yeah, so the ad that's been working best for me and has worked for me since literally the past 5 years is it's kind of like storyboard illustration images, right? So which is kind of a mouthful there, but so storyboard illustration images, and basically the whole reason they work is based on the curiosity angle and basically on what we call open loops, right? So an open loop is, for people who don't know, it's a psychological kind of thing. And basically, in everyday world, if I were to say, hey, did you hear what happened today? And I didn't say anything else, you'd say, well, what happened today? Is everything okay? Are you all right? Like, is it good news, bad news? Like, you want to know, because I create the open loop. And then in your mind, like, if you don't close that open loop, you're going to lose your mind, right? So that's what I do with the images. So, give you an example. A storyboard image could be something like, it could be like 2 eggs that are like over easy, and these are all drawings, right? And then, another part of the storyboard is like, a glass of wine that's spilled over, and then another part of the storyboard is like, a body part with an arrow kind of pointing to it. And so in your mind, you're thinking like, okay, well, what does this have to do with this? And why do these all connect? I know it's telling a story. I don't know what the story is. And so you want to figure out what it is. And obviously, with the copy, because we do this on Facebook, with the copy, we tie in the story to the storyboard image without revealing all the details. And that makes people want to click over and close that open loop that we created with the ad. And that's been like the go-to. And it just works really well because even though Facebook changes, even though things happen, like, people stay the same. They react to the same things. And so, those an image like that, I mean, is worth literally millions of dollars to me. Yeah.
You're listening to the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast, where we break down the financial principles that rich advertisers are deploying today to turn advertising into profit and get tons of traffic to their websites without killing their cash. These advertisers, agencies, affiliates, brands are responsible for managing over $1 billion a year in ad spend. You'll hear about what's working for them today, their rich ads, and we'll roast their epic failures and crappy ads on the internet with poor ads. Let's get into it. Welcome to another episode of the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast. This is your host, Zach Johnson. I'm with Mr. Dylan Carpenter. Dylan, you ready to talk about some affiliate marketing today?
I'm always down to talk about affiliate marketing.
Well, today's guest is the number one ClickBank affiliate. He's also the founder and creator of Commission Hero, Mr. Robby Blanchard. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
What's going on, fellas? How are you?
Dude, you're just like Mr. Chipper, man. Most affiliates I know are just like are like depressed and like hang out in their closets and scared of people, and you're just like the most outgoing guy I know. That's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a big believer. If you're not, if you don't laugh, you cry, right? So I think it's at the end of the day, I've been very blessed. I've been very fortunate to kind of have the life I have now, and man, I'm grateful for it every day. So yeah, of course, I'm always happy.
That's awesome, man. So tell everybody a little bit about what you're up to. Obviously, you popped on my radar, when I think I saw on Facebook or LinkedIn somewhere, you had some pictures of you at ClickBank headquarters, stuff like that. So tell everybody a little bit about what you're up to.
Yeah, so I mean, my kind of story is, 6 years ago, I didn't have an online business. I didn't even know what ClickBank was or affiliate marketing or anything really. All I knew was owning a gym and how to help people get in shape and everything. And so that's what I did 6 years ago. And I was struggling at that point. I didn't have the success that I had now or wanted to have. And then basically I was able to kind of get into affiliate marketing by chance. And that turned into, me running ads on Facebook for affiliate offers. And then it turned into me getting really good at it and making hundreds per day and then thousands per day and then tens of thousands per day and so on and so forth. And I've been able to get so good at it. I became number one on ClickBank. a documented number one affiliate on the ClickBank platform, which was not planned but super cool. And then I've been able to kind of give back over the past year and a half, 2 years, and through my Commission Hero course. And now I have about 8,000 students in my course, and I help them have success using the same way I've had success. And that's probably the most rewarding thing. Obviously, I still do very well as an affiliate, but nothing gets me more excited and get me out of bed in the morning than being able to help other people succeed, right? Other people that had no
Mhm.
experience before, and now they're making literally life changing money, and that's everything to me. So it's definitely been a random journey, but
That's awesome.
it's awesome.
That's super cool, man.
Man.
And you're helping affiliates get to 1K a day. That kind of like the main like objective sweet spot for the people you're helping right now?
Yeah, I mean that's my ultimate goal for students. I want to help as many people get to that 1K a day level. But we have people that I mean even we have people that literally had no experience whatsoever. I mean, from all different backgrounds, all different parts of the world, and now they're doing hundreds per day, thousands per day. We actually have several students this year that hit the seven figure level. So it's
Nice.
really really crazy stuff, and it's life changing stuff, and it's so cool to see people like learn a new skill. Like these are people that like had no advertising background, didn't even know how to run an ad on Facebook, and now they're making $1,000 a day or more, and it's that's super cool to me.
That is cool, man. That's awesome. Well, let's get into it. Tell us about your rich ad, man. Tell us what's working now for you.
Yeah.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, so the ad that's been working best for me and has worked for me since literally the past 5 years is it's kind of like storyboard illustration images, right? So which is kind of a mouthful there, but yeah, so storyboard illustration images, and basically the whole reason they work is based on the curiosity angle, and basically on a what we call open loops, right? So an open loop is, for people who don't know, it's like it's a a psychological kind of thing, and basically, in everyday world, if I were to say, "Hey, did you hear what happened today?" and I didn't say anything else, you'd say, "Well, what happened today? Is everything okay? Are you all right? Like, good news, bad news?" Like, you want to know because I created the open loop, and then in your mind, like if you don't close that open loop, you're gonna lose your mind, right? So um, that's what I do with the images. So give you an example. A storyboard image could be something like. It could be like two eggs that are like over easy, and these are all drawings, right? And then another part of the storyboard is like a glass of wine that's spilled over, and then another part of the storyboard is like a body part with an arrow kind of pointing to it. And so in your mind, you're thinking like, okay, well, what does this have to do with this? And why do these all connect? I know it's telling a story. I don't know what the story is, and so you want to figure out what it is. And obviously, with the copy, we because we do this on Facebook, with the copy, we tie in the story to the storyboard image without revealing all the details, and that makes people want to click over and close that open loop that we created with the ad. And that's been like the go-to, and it just works really well because even though Facebook changes, even though things happen, like people stay the same, they react to the same things, and so those an image like that. I mean, is worth literally millions of dollars to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. And how did you come up with the idea for that image? Like what was the creative process of getting there?
Yeah, so it really comes down to like just testing out stuff. So one thing I love to do, and I definitely recommend it, pretty much any affiliate marketer, if you're running ads on Facebook or YouTube or native advertising, whatever it is. I'm a big believer in spy tools, honestly and truly, because I love to see what's working inside and outside of the niche that I want to promote. Because by doing that, you can get a good idea in terms of different angles. If you're not a creative person, which I would say I'm the most creative person, but it's another way to like just do your research and see what's working, and you might even find something that's like in a completely different niche, but because of the angle, you could be like, wow, like that is pretty interesting. I can make that work for my niche that I'm promoting right here. So that's really what I do. I never copy. I want to be very clear on that. Like it's not like just swipe everything and do it, which a lot of affiliates do. But it is taking those images, putting your own spin on it, and trying to improve it, trying to make it better, and doing that. That's literally the secret sauce.
It's good inspiration. Yeah, I mean, what are some of your favorite spy tools?
So I personally use one called Social Ad Scout. That's the one I've been using the most. There's other ones out there. There's free ones. There's paid ones. I think there's like what they call a Big Ad Spy, and then there's I think Visto is like a free one.
Hmm.
For me, I just use Social Ad Scout. That's what I recommend to my students, and just because I find it's very easy to search for. You can search by network. You can search by placement. I always search by network just because I want to be able to see the what ClickBank ads you're running, and that's the one I use. Yeah.
Now, with the specific ad that generates, easily 7 figures, do you typically test that with, 10 others, or are you typically kind of just control testing one to three and then kind of seeing what hits and then kind of ramping up that way?
Yeah, so any campaign I start with like 3 to 5 variations of an image. It can be the same image, it can be a different image, but 3 to 5 different images, right? And then basically my goal is to narrow it down to one or two. And so I won't scale until I get to that one or two images that are really working for me. Then once I scale, I always kind of use that 80-20 rule where 80% of your budget should be geared towards your winners. And you should always have 20% of your budget geared towards testing. A lot of people make the mistake and don't test. They have a winner and they're like, yep, this is going to last forever. I'm good to go. And that is not the case. You have to always continue to test, always try to beat your control. But when I scale, like when I'm really having a campaign that's just going like crazy, I have maybe one, maybe two creatives.
Now, when they do hit that jackpot and you're like, this is kind of working, how do you go from spending $500 a day to 1,000? Is it kind of just doubling, incremental, small boosts, or?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both, right? So on Facebook, I like to scale, both horizontally, which would be, taking your ad set and then duplicating that ad set. So now instead of having one of those ad sets, you now have 5 of them, all spending a certain amount each. And then at the flip on the same side, I'm also vertically scaling those ad sets. So if you have an ad set that is at $50 a day, I might, I like to increase like 20% every other day or so. And then I go to, 60 and then eventually 72. And so I'm continuing to do that. So the thing that people don't realize is you can scale pretty fast over the period of like 30 days. Like, yeah, I forget what the stat is, but basically if we start at like $20 a day and then like 30 days later, if you scale that 20% every day, like you'd be spending like whatever it is, $4,000 or $5,000 a day. So yeah, things can happen quick. And so, but the key is you have to make sure you have, winning creatives. It's not just a by chance thing. And also you have to, I tell my students like never have a gambler's mentality, because a lot of people try to run ads and just, oh, it worked, or oh, it didn't work. Like always look at the data and always be reactive to that data. Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Funnel Dash's Ad Card, the only charge card exclusively for your digital ad spend in partnership with MasterCard. And if you are an aggressive affiliate dealing with dozens of ad accounts, or you are in gray hat or black hat verticals such as drop shipping, CBD, or other verticals where you're dealing with ad accounts getting shut down, business managers getting shut down, or even deplatformed from platforms like Facebook and Google, then you absolutely need to check out Funnel Dash's Ad Card. We give you unlimited free virtual debit and credit cards, so you can have a dedicated card for every single ad account campaign. And you can attach any name and address in the US, so you have complete anonymity on the card and at the card level. Plus, one of my favorite features is that you don't have to pre-fund or even top off like most typical virtual card solutions today. So if this is you and you're operating these verticals, whether you're an agency or an advertiser, then check out AdCard at funneldash.com.
Speaking of which, I want to talk about a poor ad here. How did you react to a poor ad? What's the most you've ever lost on a bad ad campaign?
Most I've ever lost? I wouldn't say I had a bad ad. I mean, I had a couple that I've lost, a couple $100 or stuff like that. The times I've lost money were, I remember there was one time where I was running, I was probably like in the 30 to 40 grand a day range. I was running a campaign, and overnight, one of the links, the offer that I was running to got like a DDoS attack, and so it wasn't until about $5,000, $6,000 in spend on that on that ad that I realized that it was going to nowhere. So that was probably one of the ones that hurt the most. But once again, like it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it.
Man, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's a rude awakening, especially when it's on fire and you're like, gotta give it some more gas, and then all of a sudden, my God.
Yeah.
So what do you do now? What's the lesson that you took away from that poor ad, like to ensure that doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I think for me, like the thing that I would kind of recommend is always every single day, like a couple times a day, check your links. I mean that's a simple fix. Like do one in the morning, do one in the afternoon, do one in the evening. Just test your links, make sure everything's working. Also, stay in constant contact with the vendor themselves. That's one thing a lot of people don't do, which drives me crazy because like you got to form that relationship with the product owner, and then they'll let you know. Like you're sending them sales and making them money. Like they'll let you know if something happened. They'll let you know quick, right? So, but if you don't have that open dialogue with the vendor, then you're kind of left out alone there. So that would be my advice: is just check your links and stay in contact with the vendor and form that relationship. That's important. And I think the other thing that's important too is like the other reason why you want to form that relationship is because first of all, they're going to give you the inside scoop on stuff, right? Like if you're running a decent amount of volume for them, they're going to be like, hey, like, have you tried this angle? Or hey, like we've been finding that this age range is killing it for us. Like little nuggets like that. And man, I've had little side conversations with product owners. Just one little tidbit they gave me, like, man, just like changed the game, or made me a few $1,000 just because of that one little adjustment they told me to do. So yeah, so have an open dialogue with the product owner.
That's awesome, man. All right, cool. So let's talk about some financial principles for affiliate marketers. What advice do you have for those that are wanting to get to 1K a day?
Yeah, so a couple things here, right? And this is just based on working with my students and seeing the mistakes that are made and the misconceptions and stuff. The first thing I would say is you need to find a niche in a category that's mass market. I think that's important. So for me, I love the health niche. You can go the wealth niche, go the relationship niche, but for me, health is great. And the reason why is because first of all, it's huge. There's room for everybody. There's no saturation. It's also, if there was such a thing as recession proof, I would say this is one of the niches, because even though the economy's down, people want to lose weight still, no matter what. So that I would say that. The other thing I would say, kind of from going along the lines of a financial standpoint, is choose one offer at a time. So many people think that in order to make more money online, you have to do more things, when usually it's the opposite. If you do less and focus on one thing and one thing only, and in one offer and one traffic source, you end up making way more money than you ever imagined. So one offer at a time, and that'll also save you a lot of frustration in the end, because if you're focusing on 3 different offers, like you're spending 3 different times testing, 3 different things going on, and you're only giving like 33% of your attention to each one. So give 100% attention to one offer, and you have more success. And then the last thing I would say is start small. Start small. Like with Facebook, that's why I love Facebook, because you can start at $20, $30, $40 a day, and get a decent amount of data that you can react to and make decisions off of. Unlike native, for example, native, you have to spend thousands to know if it's going to work or not, right? Whereas with Facebook, you can get a really good idea, and you can make decisions and scale up quickly. So that would be my advice when it comes to getting to that $1,000 day.
How many offers do you run at one time at your level?
One.
And do these typically have a expiration time, or is it whatever? No,
not really. I find that the thing that has the most expiration is probably the creatives and the landing pages. But once again, like the offer, very rarely does the offer, like after maybe a year or 2 years, like, yeah, you definitely get to see some for sure. But most offers, especially in the weight loss niche, I mean, they can run for 8 months, 12 months at high volume and not have too much of an issue. The creatives, the copy, for sure, you got to change those up. But I kind of use the model of like Geico, right? Like Geico sells insurance, like they always sell insurance. But what they have to do is they have to constantly change their creatives, right? So you have the caveman, the hump day camel, you got all that stuff. It's the same thing with affiliate marketing. Like your offer probably won't burn out as much as your creatives do, and that's why you have to constantly mix stuff up on the front end. Yeah.
Man, Geico is a great example. That 15%, man, everybody knows that. But yeah, the caveman, the get guy, that's crazy. Yeah, like, man, when you put it that way, shoot.
That's awesome, man. Rob, it's been amazing. Thank you so much for being a guest on the Rich Dad Poor Dad podcast. Tell everybody what you're up to next and how we can support you.
Yeah, I mean, if people are wanting to learn how to scale to $1,000 a day, or learn how to have success like I have and my students have, you can just go to commissionhero.com. /training. You can learn all about it if you want to do that.
In that course, do you teach people how to pick offers? I feel like half of the battle is like picking just a good offer to start with.
Oh my God, it really is, because I mean, like if you know, man, if you were to do this on your own, like you would go on a platform like ClickBank, which has like literally thousands of offers, and you'd be like, maybe I think this one looks good, but you don't know, right? And then that's one of the craziest things, because you can a lot of time, money, and frustration could be wasted there. And so yeah, we show you what offers to promote. We show you how to run the ads on Facebook. We show you how to structure your ad, your landing pages. Like we're there with you every step of the way. Yeah.
Damn.
That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Cool. Well, amazing stuff. Where can people get in touch?
Yeah. So, a couple things, obviously if you want to, I'm on Instagram all the time. So just @Robby Blanchard. And then obviously if you want to check out Commission Hero, just go to commissionhero.com /training to learn more about it. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool. Awesome.
Thanks so much for listening to another episode of the Rich Ad Poor Ad podcast. If you're like me and listen to podcasts on the go ahead and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and richadpoorad.com /podcast. And if you absolutely love the show, go ahead and leave a review and a comment, share with a friend. If you do, take a copy, screenshot of it, email me, Zach@funneldash.com, show me you left a review, and I'll give you a free copy of the Rich Ad Poor Ad book. To learn more about the book, go to richadpoorad.com. To leave a review, go to richadpoorad.com /review. Thanks again.